for the Capital Weather team. Anytime you need us, we're at capitalweather.com. Boy, oh boy, do we have a really, really good early week. Please get outside Monday, Tuesday if you can, even through Wednesday. It looks pretty decent. Up here above me, you'll see dew points. They're pretty low, maybe near 60, maybe some 50s at times on Monday and Tuesday. Then maybe later Wednesday, we start seeing a little bit more in the higher moderate dew points, but it's humid again Thursday, Friday as rain chances return and even some heat. So early week, we can't advertise and stress that enough. Please get outside and enjoy Monday, Tuesday, even though it's the start of the work week for us, school, and getting off vacation for many of us. We just want you to really get outside if you can. Dew points are animated below, and the drier greens are not going to last as long as the purples come in at the end of the week, into the weekend. Good evening, Dave, and Barba, and Zephyr, and Jill, and Nadine, and Only, and Cody, and Dear, and Bobbity. Excellent. And AS and JS Squid. Very good to see all of you. Hello and happy Sunday to you, Amy, as well. Let's load the chat comments as they're coming in. Excellent. And good to see everyone on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Facebook. Besides the advertisement of low humidity and comfortable temperatures early this week, we've got clouds that are staying at bay Monday, Tuesday, so high sunshine levels on Monday and Tuesday as well. And so dry air, we've got sunshine and comfortable temperatures, the holy trinity for really good weather that we want to advertise, especially Monday, Tuesday, and partially on Wednesday as well. Ron, good to see you on YouTube. Thanks so much for tuning in. All right, so we'll put up the feels like temperatures again. You can see we get some heat index values that are a little bit noticeable by the end of this week. Other than dew points that I'm animating, let's show you kind of the medium to longer term trend that temperatures are on their way up after the comfort we'll experience on Monday and Tuesday. And rain probabilities this week are maybe focused late Wednesday into early Friday, especially Thursday. We could even see some downpours on Thursday. We have the return of humidity, high dew points, atmospheric moisture is going to recharge by Thursday. So do not be surprised by the time we get there. We'll see some showers, storms, and even, yes, one or two downpours on Thursday as well. Rain amounts overall kind of modest, half inch to maybe an inch for this upcoming week. So it's something we want. We'll take it, but the drought is doing better as we cover that every Thursday or so for you. We've been noticing the drought is behaving itself. It's retreating. The yellows on the map here for the entire region below are abnormally dry. They're technically not even drought conditions, which are in the orange and darker orange over there on the eastern shore, Delmarva, as well. Temperature slideshow, I can show you this while the heat slowly builds this week. So please, again, enjoy Monday, Tuesday while you can. The feels like temperatures that include the humidity slowly building late Wednesday into the end of the week and perhaps even into the weekend. You can see we get some heat indexes back in the picture by the end of the week as well. So comfort will be gone by the end of the week. Rain chances are back. And even the clouds will be back a little bit on Wednesday, but especially Thursday and Friday when some rain chances return, especially Thursday as it looks now. So please enjoy the sunshine, dry air, and comfortable temperatures on Monday and Tuesday. ES and Liz and Randy and Beans, thanks so much for tuning in. And Alicia, summary judgment, how are the tropics looking? They are pretty quiet. Anywhere near the DC area, pretty darn quiet. But yes, there's two, sometimes three storms, the national disturbances that the Hurricane Center is monitoring. Yes, there's a moderate chance in the next 7 days that we see Dolly, the fourth named storm of the year. But again, nowhere near DC. Plenty of time to watch the Atlantic for plenty plenty of time to watch the tropics as they move closer, if they ever do, toward the DC area this year. It's good. It's good for the DC area. Don't really need a drought busting tropical system right now, but should we see a named storm in the next week, which is a moderate chance according to the National Hurricane Center, it would be Dolly. Temperatures over the next kind of medium term next week, the 29th through the 4th, are looking above average. We could add a little bit more to our counter here for 90-degree days where we've seen 90 degrees or hotter. We're up to 44 days this year. and that's, way above average. So you're not wrong that it has been a hot summer, and precipitation leaning above average for next week, the 29th through the 4th or so. All right, what else do I have for you? The temperature slideshow we'll put up there for you again, just to re-emphasize that Monday, Tuesday are the best days of the week. Ruth Elisa, thanks for tuning in. Please enjoy the early week before heat builds, humidity builds, rain chances are back by maybe late Wednesday, but especially on Thursday. I'm Camden Walker for the Capital Weather team. Anytime you need us, we are at capitalweather.com, and you can advertise with us anytime by emailing advertise@capitalweather.com. Radar, I think, is pretty clear. Maybe it looks like a little shower or two over the Potomac and maybe a shower north of Baltimore right now. So glad things are looking quiet. Cloud levels are again behaving Monday, Tuesday, lots of sunshine. Even into Wednesday, it's not too not too cloudy. And maybe a couple few showers and storms want to pop later afternoon on Wednesday and into the evening, but it's focusing, I think, on Thursday for rain chances, clouds, return of humidity, and a little bit of heat for this time of year, a little bit above average. So there's our feels like temperatures kind of going up with the dew point line there going up as well, the middle later part of this week. And dew points, let's animate those for you. Oof, good right now for the next couple days, starting to creep upwards on Wednesday a little bit. Thursday, Friday, even into the weekend, you probably will notice the return of the humidity. All right. Fitting and Kat and Carla and Trauma and Arte, thanks for tuning in. Alexandria Bree and Matt, good to see you. And Papadopoulos, Anne and Wrong and Corcoran and Envetch and Sarah, thank you. Randy and Sean, making sure I have not missed any of your questions. Excellent. We are live right now on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, X, and Facebook. And don't forget to download our app on Android and the Apple App Store. And advertise with us anytime at advertise@capitalweather.com. Best recess days. April, congratulations on retiring. If you want to do an adult recess, I recommend Monday and Tuesday this week. Donna, I think you're looking a little bit less humid and hot this week, but humidity also builds for you at the end of this week. And Ruth Elisa, good to see you. And David, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate seeing all your comments here. Instagram, I can't put into the central chat, but I see Michelle and JM and this and Wendy and Deza and RFR and LBJ and Z and Jodalee and Danette. Thanks for tuning in. And Five Ogdens and HSM and Lexstem. Excellent. All right. Feels like temperatures great Monday, Tuesday, going up later this week. Same with clouds. They are going to increase a little bit on Wednesday, especially then Thursday and Friday as rain chances return as well. Dew points are animated here below just to emphasize how dry and comfortable the air is going to be on Monday and Tuesday. Please get outside early week before a little creep up in the dew points and humidity Wednesday, and then noticeable by Thursday, Friday, into the weekend, the humidity. Temperatures are pretty tame early week. Heat does return a little bit as we go forward. And even in the medium long term, temperatures are kind of creeping upwards into above average territory, potentially by the weekend, end of the week, into the weekend, and maybe even into next week. So we'll keep you posted on that. Rain probabilities focused maybe on Thursday. That's when we could even see a downpour or two, the chances for that return by Thursday, and then rain amounts medium, modest, half inch to maybe an inch of rain, broadly speaking, throughout the region. But downpours, of course, can bring localized higher amounts. And drought is really under control for the most part. Still some minor droughts along the I-81 corridor, but the yellow is some great news. It's an improvement. We're merely abnormally dry in the yellow shading for much of the region. So we'll update this every Thursday at capitalweather.com. So make sure you check out our latest drought updates on Thursdays. And then the temperature animation below here, just to reemphasize, temperatures are slowly heading upwards this week, and so does the humidity, rain chances, and the cloud levels. Amy, gosh, I don't think the dew point is going to go below the 50s for Monday and Tuesday. And honestly, I think there will be some stubborn areas, stubborn spots in our region that will maybe hover in the upper 50s to near 60. But yeah, I don't see 40s in the playbook for this week. Servini, thanks for tuning in on X. And gosh, David, I think maybe an inch to 1 to 3 inches would really get us back to break even for much of the region. So it's a much smaller amount than when we were talking 6 to 12 inches just a couple months ago. Sep DL, Colleen, thanks for tuning in. Corian, TRM, Christian, Aventi, Lauren, thanks for tuning in on Instagram as well. Misha, the allergy forecast is still under control. I have seen some grasses, like the hint of grasses, hint of ragweed, and I can't even say the conospores, I want to say. So there's been a little bit of an increase in some mold and mildew as well. And that does increase into September and October as well. So I personally took a Claritin. You might even be able to hear it in my voice a little bit, but uh, decently under control. But we need to watch it, and I'll make sure I start checking in on those fall allergies as we get toward meteorological fall. Clear enough to see the full moon on Friday. I lean yes, Odetta. Low medium confidence when looking that far out because there are increased rain chances by that part of the week. Let's show you the rain probabilities. Friday still has some rain chances, Odette, but thanks for asking about that. Amy, you're most welcome. Jack, good to see you on X. And we've got Jay Real and Claire and Laura and Penne as well. All right, so rain chances focused on Thursday. Maybe some downpours, a couple, 1, 2 downpours by Thursday, as we do have moisture returning to the atmosphere by then. Odette, you're most welcome. And it's going to maybe get uncomfortable again Thursday, Friday into the weekend. And that's just one ingredient to bring maybe some shower storms and a couple downpours back into the forecast. Temperatures starting to creep upwards by the end of the week into the weekend and getting above average. So we'll notice, as you can see, even the heat index values here above start getting noticeable Thursday, Friday into the weekend. Again, as the dew points creep higher, humidity will be felt into the end of the week, into the weekend. We talked about Thursday rain chances, maybe 1 or 2 downpours Thursday. Rain amounts a half inch to an inch. Drought is broadly speaking under control in the region. The yellow is actually a downgrade to abnormally dry, so technically we're out of drought around DC and points south, especially. We've got temperatures outlook for the medium term into long term, the 29th through the 4th, still leaning above average. Could we add another 1 or 2 days potentially to our heat counter, where we've seen at least 90 degrees or hotter on 44 days this year? Definitely still tracking above average. And precipitation, another reason we're not worried about drought conditions in the medium term is that precipitation patterns are leaning above average to deliver us, it looks like maybe some above average precipitation into the next week as well. Yes, not Labor Day yet. So David, it makes a good point. We still have heat and humidity in the forecast. Not a big surprise. Yes, indeed. All right, we've got Jono and Lib and CMA and GRO, JRO, M Fresh, B Gilly and KB Higgins, and Maggie, and it's Machello and Amy and E Word. Thanks so much for tuning in on Instagram. We're live now on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Facebook. Download our app on Apple and the Android app stores. I am going to make sure you know to check us out anytime at capitalweather.com. For the Capital Weather team, I am Camden Walker. Thanks for joining our weekly Sundays at 7 live stream chat on the air, another 6 minutes or so. We are talking, well, let's check a quick radar peek here. 1 or 2 showers around, but otherwise a tranquil evening. Glad things are quiet. Temperatures, humidity going up slowly Wednesday and especially Thursday onward. Plus, cloud levels, those are great. Monday, Tuesday, if you're looking for sun, it looks very sunny Monday, Tuesday. Creeping upwards a little bit with the cloud levels Wednesday, and then especially as rain chances return on Thursday. You can be sure that cloud levels will kind of correspond to this Thursday rain potential that we are looking at. It's focused this week on Thursday, especially for if you want to pick the wettest day of the week, it would be Thursday this week as it appears now. And even a downpour potential returns on Thursday. We could see 1 or 2 downpours. Dew points are one ingredient that marks the atmospheric moisture levels, and that's going to get high again. We're going to get uncomfortable on Thursday into Friday. So please enjoy the early week. Cannot emphasize that enough, as I did some afternoon, evening updates at the capitalweather.com site. Really tried to hit home. I want you to take breaks from work or back to school, moving people into dorms. Just get outside and try and relax on Monday and Tuesday. If you're coming back from vacation, make it an extra slow drive with the windows down. I'm trying to think of all the reasons, all the ways you could enjoy Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures are again trending upwards, even into the medium and longer term. So, another reason to enjoy Monday and Tuesday. Rain amounts this week, half inch to an inch, and drought again is under control. And yes, the downpour potential on Thursday, just ever so slightly marginal. Same with the strong storm potential overall, with an intense storm potential. David brings up a good point. Thursday, Friday, sure, we'll have some instability, some higher dew points, but so far, no major signal for a widespread severe weather event. So we'll keep you posted as we get toward the end of the week. Summer-like pattern will return. It will be a little less comfortable, that is for sure. And we could see some afternoon storms, sure, and one or two could be intense with downpours, maybe lightning, and could perhaps some gusty winds. We'll keep you posted on the specific threats as we get closer. Ruth, Elisa, thanks again for tuning in. You have a good week as well. Bacletta, thanks for tuning in. Rosemary, Ariel, B10, Arlington, Instaseagull, Stacionator, Surfproof, thanks so much for tuning in. And yes, finally some nice weather. I love that weather, Garcia. I agree with you on Instagram. Thank you so much for tuning in. Marie and Sarah and Kay Chasley, thanks to you as well. All right, let's review everything we're going over. Rain amounts this week, a half inch to an inch, keeps things in check for the drought. We're doing pretty decent in the region overall. The yellow even is not droughts anymore. It's abnormally dry, which we've been downgraded to. And temperatures trending upwards. This animation just reiterating what we're seeing in all these other graphs, that it's going to get warmer throughout the region by Wednesday, Thursday, and into the weekend. Maybe even into the longer term, there is a signal, a slight decent lean for above average temperatures, which could add another 1 or 2 days to our ticker counter here of 44 days where we've hit 90 or hotter this year. Continues above average to track above average. And precipitation, a lean for above average precipitation in the medium to longer term, the 29th through the 4th or so. Yet another reason for not worrying about the drought as a main headline right now. So that's some great news. All right, we've got dew points I want to animate for you just to reiterate how dry and comfortable it's looking on Monday and Tuesday. Please get outside and enjoy it. Advertise with us if you can. If you have a small business, we'd love to talk to you. Advertise at capitalweather.com. I'm Camden Walker for the Capital Weather team. Anytime you need us, 24/7, a human is always at the helm of capitalweather.com. We've got our shop open for business as well. Make sure you check that out on our site at capitalweather.com/store. And here's your little secret code for watching tonight. Sundays at 7, enter that code at checkout and you will get $7 off at checkout. David, see you next week. Thanks so much for tuning in. I will have to debate whether or not I'm doing Labor Day Monday chat or keep my normal schedule that I've reset up for Sundays at 7. After all, it is the name now, Sundays at 7. So assume Sunday at 7 o'clock, even on Labor Day weekend for now. Let's see. Paul is heading to Carlisle on Thursday. Do watch out for some downpours and some humidity, and one or two intense storms could roam the region as well. Hey, Steve from Culpeper. Looking forward to nicer weather this week and opening the windows. Yes, indeed. And Dave, yes, please get outside for Monday, Tuesday. Have a great week as well. And Karen, thanks so much for tuning in. And let me make sure I've caught all the comments on Instagram as well. Appreciate seeing all of you on all and Sail Away and Avanquirk and Ghost and Natatia and Bruto and Molly. Thanks for tuning in on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Facebook. Follow us anytime on all 5 of our social media channels at Capital Weather. That is our screen name on all of our channels, and Apple and Android App Store. And 1 or 2 severe storms possible, maybe Thursday and Friday, Julia. Nothing to be alarmed about or worry But dew points do return to some unstable levels. We do have downpours that then come back into the picture. The downpour potential is there for Thursday. It arrives back into our region. Rain amounts overall pretty tame, half inch to an inch. Let's look at the feels like temperatures going up with the dew points going up this week. So you'll have kind of heat index values around 90 potentially by the end of the week. Clouds are behaving Monday, Tuesday, but cloudier by rain chance returning day late, maybe late Wednesday, but most likely Thursday is the main targeted probability this week for those rain chances. Just to reiterate that, maybe late Wednesday, a few showers and storms, but focusing right now, as it appears, on Thursday. And rain amounts, again, overall somewhat modest outside of downpours that could return on Thursday, half inch to maybe an inch. And temperatures slowly trending upward. Another reason to enjoy the comfort early week for Monday and Tuesday. So that's just really want you guys to get outside. And drought remains under control. So that's more good news. Don't have to focus on that as a headliner right now. And this animation of temperatures we can look at really quickly while I scan last minute comments. Looks like I'm reached my time. Thanks everyone for our 20-minute weekly chat Sundays at 7. I really appreciate seeing all of you on all 5 our social media channels and directly on the blog. We're streaming at capitalweather.com. I'm Camden Walker, and I will see you next week. And enjoy the next couple of days. We have good weather news, quiet, tranquil, comfortable. Please enjoy Monday and Tuesday, especially this week. I will see you next time. Bye for now.